Canada has called us and they want to be a part of it. So we'll be talking to them. They want to have protection also. So as usual, we help Canada.
Today we're looking north to a story that has sparked a lot of international buzz. Could Canada actually become the 51st US state? On May 27, 2025, US President Donald Trump claimed that Canada is considering an offer to become the 51st US state in exchange for free inclusion in the Golden Dome missile defense system. According to Trump, Canada could either pay $61 billion as a separate nation or join the US and pay nothing. So what exactly is the Golden Dome? The Golden Dome is a proposed $175 billion missile defense initiative aimed at enhancing protection against advanced missile threats, including hypersonic and intercontinental ballistic missiles. Canada already works closely with the US through NORAD, but this new plan raises questions. Critics are concerned about the cost and whether the technology is truly effective. In response to Trump's offer, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's office firmly rejected the notion, reaffirming Canada's status as an independent nation. That said, Canada is in ongoing talks about potentially joining the missile defense program as long as the terms are fair and financially reasonable. Furthermore, Canada is advancing its own defense initiatives, including a $4.2 billion radar system in partnership with Australia to strengthen the Arctic security. Additionally, Canada is investing $38.6 billion over 20 years to modernize NORAD, including enhancing early warning capabilities through over-the-horizon radar and space-based surveillance, as well as upgrading defense systems.
Today, Canada faces another critical moment. Democracy, pluralism, the rule of law, self-determination, and freedom are values which Canadians hold dear, and ones which the government is determined to protect.
Even King Charles III subtly addressed the US-Canada tensions in a speech in Ottawa, reaffirming Canada's independence and emphasizing the importance of maintaining strong sovereign nations in the face of external pressures. As for public opinion, Canada seems to agree. Recent polls indicate that approximately 90% of Canadians oppose the notion of joining the United States as the 51st state. The strongest support for joining the US comes from Alberta, though it still remains a minority view even there. In addition to all this, a grassroots movement called Keep Us Cold and Free has emerged, arguing American-style federal politics, healthcare, and taxes probably aren't worth the trade.
Stand up to Trump! 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 Stand up to Trump!
So what does this all mean? If such a move were to happen, it would have a major implication on both Canadians and Americans. First, let's look at the impact on Canada. Canada would no longer be an independent nation, meaning its government, law, and policies would be controlled by Washington. Canada's economy would be integrated into the US system, potentially affecting trade agreements, taxations, and social programs. Canada would be fully incorporated in US defense strategies, including the controversial Golden Dome missile defense system. Now let's look at how this would affect the US. The US would gain access to Canada's vast natural resources, including oil, minerals, and fresh water. Canada's population would add millions of new voters, potentially influencing US elections and policies. The US would expand its northern defense capabilities, strengthening its position against global threats. What about the rest of the world? Well, US being the hegemony still affects the rest of the world. Here's how. Countries like China and Russia, and even the European Union, might view this as an aggressive expansion of US influence. Canada's existing trade agreement with other nations could be nullified or renegotiated, affecting the global markets. Canada's ties with the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth nations would be significantly altered. Despite Trump's claims, Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney has firmly rejected the idea, stating that Canada is not for sale and will remain an independent nation. We'll continue to monitor this story as it unfolds, because this is one conversation that is far from over. That's it for today. I'm Shivangi, and you have been watching Control the Narrative.